welcome for like the third time, I guess. Once again, my name's Tom Hiltner, Vice President of Operations with FAPA. So who's heard the term pilot shortage before? Yeah, we were all kind of, if you were ever interested in being a pilot recently, you're like, oh, pilot shortage, pilot shortage. We don't really know what it means, right? This is major airline pilot hiring from 1985 through last year, 2016. And you'll see it's way up of 5,000 in the late 1990s, 2000. And it's way down to zero to actually negative when pilots were getting laid off or furloughed, as the term is in the industry. So we can hire a lot as an industry, but we can also not hire a lot. Why this is important is you can attribute all these up and down turns, for that matter, the peaks and the valleys, if you will, you can attribute all of them to current events in time. So economic, obviously 2001, 9/11 had a huge impact on the industry. So all these things, macro events, do have an effect on our industry, for better or for worse. So, when oil prices, oil went up to $100 a barrel, that has an effect. Now, when it comes down, that has a good effect, right? We expect, last year in 2016, we didn't quite update the chart yet because we just got the numbers in. This number would have been for 2016 right about here, right about 4,400. In 2017, we expect for the major airlines to break the record of 2,000 and hire greater than 5,000 pilots. And we expect that trend to continue. So we're going to use some really good data. Boeing, obviously the world's largest manufacturer of aircraft, does almost an annual review and a forecast of exactly how many aircraft are going to be needed worldwide. And they're pretty accurate historically. And they forecasted from 2015 to 2035, they were going to go from 22,000 to 45,000 aircraft worldwide. So for every airplane, you need some number of pilots, and it's not just one, right? It's at least 2 and closer to 10, actually. That's usually how the math works out. For every airplane, you need about 10 crews. When you break it down geographically throughout the world, and you convert those aircraft to actual pilots, specifically pilots, you can look at 617,000 new airline pilots worldwide between 2016 and 2034. So that's just over 15 years. So, we said, we asked the question in the beginning, will this be a good industry to get into? Will it be worth it? Will there be a job there for me? That's a great question to ask, right? Yeah. Right.
My name is Talia. I am a full-time pilot recruiter for Piedmont Airlines. This is John.
Hello.
John is also a full-time pilot recruiter for Piedmont Airlines. I am also a pilot, a commercial pilot. I graduated from Embry-Riddle a couple years ago, and John did as well. So we're gonna, now that Tom has convinced you all to become pilots, we're gonna talk about how you might do that. So a little bit about our flow. We offer a direct flow to American Airlines. That means that you don't have to interview at all. Just whenever your seniority number comes up, you go directly into training at American Airlines. Our employees get mostly all of the same benefits as American employees because we're wholly owned by American Airlines, which is nice. And like I said, our cadet program, we help you offset the cost of your CFI. We also take care of your ATP rating, which is the last rating that you have to get before you become a commercial pilot. So we'll pay for that for you, and then you can come work for us. So some of the schools in this area that are popular for flight training, Embry-Riddle, like I mentioned before, Arizona State University, their campus for flight training is at Mesa Gateway Airport, and they have facilities for housing. We were just there the other day, they have a huge aviation building, and they've partnered with ATP flight schools to do their flight training for them. Cochise College is actually a community college in Douglas, Arizona, and they are subsidized by the government because they're a community college. They have a great flight program as well. They have on-campus housing and things like that. ATP flight schools here in Phoenix, CAA Oxford Aviation Academy and Transpac are also both Part 141 flight schools that are here in the Phoenix area. Cool, so John is actually going to talk a little bit about scholarships and how to help you with that $60,000 tuition cost. So I'm going to turn it over to him, and cool. All right, thanks.